Mr. Martell Holt. And yes, somehow, someway, she still manages to throw the blame right back on Melody. Shari, like it's her fault for every little thing that's going wrong. Canal? Y'all know this is going to be a roller coaster, so stay tuned. Because the twists in this story are something else. So picture this. Arionne Curry, the woman who's been front and center in Martell Holt's mess for years now, jumps on Twitter and starts pouring her feelings out for the world too. See? And baby, when I tell you the tweets were something, I mean it. First, she writes, "Stress is an understatement." Now hold on. Stress. From what exactly? Got the man you wanted? He's divorced. So why is stress even in the vocabulary? Right now? This right here is where the confusion starts. And trust me, it only goes downhill from here. If she and Martell were supposed to be riding off into the sunset together, living their fairy tale life, why is she stressed out enough to let the whole internet know about it? Baby, the happily ever after might have been in her head, but it clearly wasn't in the cards. Then she follows that up with another tweet saying, "If 5 years ago me could see me right now, she'd be shook. I owe it to my past, present, and future self to keep shining." Now, see, this is where the internet split into two camps. Some folks were cheering her on, telling her to keep pushing and to stay strong. And others, they were side-eyeing hard, wondering why she's out here talking about shining while still wrapped up in the middle of a drama storm that just will not let up. Because, let's keep it real, no amount of positive affirmations is going to change the fact that she willingly signed up for years of drama with a man who was married when she met him. Actions have consequences, and that's exactly what she's dealing with right now. And here's where I need y'all to really pay attention. Because this is the part where you start to see the cracks in the picture-perfect story she's been trying to sell. She talks about growth and moving forward. But then she turns right around and starts pointing fingers at Melody, like Melody's the reason she's not living in peace. Now, tell me how that works. Melody Shari, the actual wife who had her marriage torn apart, is the one she's blaming for her problems. Baby, the math is not mathing. This right here is the part where I started shaking my head because it's giving "I still don't get it" energy. And at this point, we're years deep into this mess. What really gets me is the way she still talks about not being allowed on. Love and marriage. Huntsville like it's some grand injustice. Sis, the show is called Love and Marriage, not Love and Marriage and Side Chicks Incorporated. Let's call it what it is. You were never meant to be on that show because you are not the wife. You are not the ex-wife. You are not even the fiancé. And no matter how much Martell might have whispered sweet nothings into your ear, there's a big difference between being someone's secret and being someone's storyline. Melody didn't keep you off that show. The situation you chose to be in did. That's the cold, hard truth. But see, here's the thing. Arionne doesn't stop there. In this little video clip floating around, she gets to talking about how Melody supposedly knew Martell was obsessed with her, calling her back-to-back-to-back 55 times. And I'm over here like, even if that's true, what exactly does that prove? All it shows is that Martell was juggling a mess he created himself. But instead of seeing the red flags, she kept picking them up and decorating the house with them. And then to make it worse, she admits she regrets certain things but quickly shifts back to blaming Melody for her reactions. I mean, come on. At some point, you've got to own the choices you made. And recently she wrote, "Some days I'm the main character, other days I'm off the grid. Balance." That's it. It's all it took for the internet to start breaking it down like it was a puzzle that needed solving. And you already know why Arionne's name has been tied to Martell Holt for years in one of the most publicized, messy, and drama-filled love triangles reality TV has ever seen. So when she posts something, no matter how short or sweet, people treat it like it's a press release. They grab their magnifying glasses, dissect every single word, and start deciding for themselves exactly what she meant. And if you think this was just about a random caption, baby, no. The timing of that post couldn't have been more suspicious. Martell has been out here smiling with his mama, having sweet sit-down talks, trying to show this softer side for the cameras. Now, don't get me wrong, his mom looked lovely, and we've all heard that saying, find a man who loves his mama. But watching Martell, it's almost shocking how that same love and respect never fully carried over into his marriage with Melody Shari. Instead, we got years of cheating, lying, and back-and-forth drama that always somehow circles right back to Arionne, and right when her name is back on people's lips, she drops that main character line. She knew exactly what she was doing. Now, here's the kicker: Martell actually took a moment to say this mess wasn't all Arionne's fault, putting the blame on himself. That sounds nice in theory, right? Taking accountability. But let's be real, Arionne was no innocent bystander sipping tea in the corner. She's gone on interviews herself and admitted Martell was calling her, chasing her, begging for her time. Even if that's true, we all know what you do when a married man is blowing up your phone. You block his number. It's not complicated. But instead of shutting that door, she left it wide open, rolled out the welcome mat. And years later, here we are, still talking about it. The conversation with his mom actually took a heavy turn when she admitted how hurt she was over his actions. She wasn't just close to Martell, she loved Melody and those kids too. She had seen the beauty in what they built together and probably wondered, just like the rest of us, why it had to fall apart. But just when you'd think Martell might take a breath and reflect, he pivots. Suddenly, he's talking about moving Arionne into one of his investment properties. Then he drops the bomb: she can't live with him until there's a ring on her finger. If she's the one, after everything. After years of being tied together in the public eye, having a child together, riding this roller coaster of drama, that one little if had the internet losing its mind. Fans said it sounded less like a serious relationship and more like a reality TV storyline that's been dragging on too long. And honestly, they have a point. Martell has had plenty of chances to lock this thing down if he wanted to. So why is she still stuck in maybe territory after all these years? Then